Morning everybody. Oh, it's so cold today, it's so cold. It's the kind of day where I think I would have preferred to stay indoors, but it's beautifully bright and I've only got a week now to go till surgery, so every day outside counts, yay! So today I'm going to get on with starting the deck and fence area finally. I know, it's like about a year in the making, even more. So without further ado, let's get out into the garden and start marking out for this little deck and fence area. Right, so first job, are you going to be able to see me? Yeah, you can see. Is to line up this bottom edge with my other beds. So, little stake in here. Good old string. String with numb fingers doesn't work. Now, I've kind of done the whole of my allotment by eye, just because there aren't any straight edges anywhere. So at least if I do it by eye, it's hopefully going to please my eye. Let's have a look. How's that going to be? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, scissors. Hoopla. It's so beautifully bright and quiet this morning. I'm not surprised it's quiet because it's so chilly. Then I need to mark up where this path's going to go up there. I need a second stake, bear with me. Right. Whoop, I need my string on a stick to unravel. Nothing's straight. Never mind, I think this is about right, or at least about what's going to make me happy. Just get that tied off. And now the fun can start. I've got a slight problem up this end, and I've got some big nasty perennials in what is going to be the path, so I'll have to dig those out and then put a load of soil in and get some grass seed, I think. But let's get digging it out. Let me show you how I do my edges. So I use this little edging tool. You could try and use a spade, but then a spade is slightly curved, so you're going to get curves in, which I don't like. It wasn't expensive. In fact, it was dead cheap. It was about £7, which shows in the fact that the head is a bit wobbly. I think with other tools that I would use much more, I would spend more on a decent tool. But this tool doesn't actually get used much. Oh, handles come off. In fact, after this little job today, I don't know that I'll be using it again. So just a firm slice in all the way along my line. Cut those roots off. else are you going to do on a chilly, nearly winter's morning? All this I'm going to have to dig quite deeply because there's some nasty roots and perennials in there. Right, this side. Oh, I've gone offline a bit. Annoying. I see. And now the fun starts. Getting ready for turf. So I kind of like to go in at about 45 degrees. This is all going to be piled up where the sweet corn was, so it can rot down over the winter a bit, and then I'll move it in the spring if it hasn't completely rotted. But going down like this, what I'm trying to do is where that edge is, I'm trying to sort of cut off in that direction and this direction, removing the soil and the bits of roots, so there's no soil for new roots to grow into, if that makes sense. It's very satisfying and warming. It's just such gorgeous light at this time of year. It's not the easiest job, but there's only one way to do it, so I'm just trying to get out all the weeds and roots and stuff. No shortcuts, just get it done. Then I can start to rake it a bit more level and stomp it down. Just in terms, as I was mentioning earlier, about keeping the edges tidy, I was going to show you, but there's actually loads of people around. It's a really peaceful day, and I don't want to get the strimmer going because it'll just annoy folk. But what I do with the beds, I tend to have the soil up and away from the edges. A bit of drainage anyway, but also that means there's nowhere for the roots to grow into. And then literally once a fortnight, strim it, and then with the edging shears, just go along. So it might seem a bit of an effort to be neat and tidy, but you know, it's like half an hour's work once a week or once a fortnight or so. It's not much, and keeping them like that is one less place for the slugs and snails to hide. This end's not too bad, but there's some really nasty perennials that end, which is why I've still got the spade out, because I reckon I'm going to have to dig. But hopefully, whoom, down a hole, hopefully get this bit done today. Come back tomorrow, start levelling, and maybe even start laying planks. Woo! It'd be nice if I can get it done, even if it's the day before hospital, so that I can actually come and have a sit out here and enjoy it just for that one day. Maybe with a cup of hot chocolate or a glass of mulled wine or something. Whew. I'm on so many different levels. Oh, rock. I'm looking at this now and thinking, growing space. But I really do need a little bit of sort of hard standing on the pot just for storing things over winter. Right, let's chat, Vivi, more work. I don't think it shows on the camera just quite how undulating this is. So they're going to be sunk here and proud at that end. Never mind. There. Spirit level. Right. So you start to get the idea. And then what I'm hoping is when I put the posts in, they're not going to stay there coming here, but they're going to help to wedge it all together. And then, I've got a load of sawing to do. I'm rubbish at sawing. Get them down for now to try and help the market out. Phone round. Ow! Move. Not really. that, join together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! I thought giving myself space for 6. I think I need to dig out a bit more on the back. I thought I'd measured it. Okay, a bit more digging, but you can see what I'm kind of thinking of and planning now. Doesn't matter how lovely the day is, this is my most loathed job in the whole world, sawing. I know everyone says let the saw do the work, but I think I just have really rubbish upper body strength maybe. See you in a month. I'm going to put you all down for a moment. I think it's safe to say I'm running out of steam. I'm running out of daylight. But I'm just going to start putting the fence posts in at the back, and they're going to snudge right up to the back of this plank and thereby kind of grip the whole thing together quite a bit. Been a few folk down today digging. That's the idea anyway. Oh, it's so done, I can't get up. But it takes a while and it's noisy, so excuse the noise. Hey. Right, let's get the other 3 in. Where are they? Sometimes the gods contrive to tell you to stop doing what you're doing. The light's going a little bit, but I really wanted to finish getting the fence posts in today, even though it's killing my wrists, but I can't because my lump hammer's lumped it. So, look, 3 posts are pretty much in, planks are down, the planks now kind of need strapping together, but it's another good effort, good little push to get this job done. I've got a couple more days hopefully when I can come down and look, it's not going to be finished perfect by any means, but at least get the hard work done. Get myself a new hammer. So this whole thing is a little bit Heath Robinson. It's basically what can I make with the materials that I've managed to scrounge. So all my planks are down, but just to kind of give it a bit more rigidity, I've got one that's tucked, jammed into the soil between the sort of the planks, and then this one on top, which I'm just going to screw into each plank just to sort of hold them a little bit tighter. Oh, I'm on drill. It's because I was just drilling my pilot holes. They've all got pilot holes just because it makes it a bit easier for me. Way, easy tiger. On here. Way! Stop it, Vivi. Right, let's get the side ones in, and then I can start to do yet more sawing for the fence panel bits. Yeah, let's get on. Okay. Phew. Right, let's get the saw out. And now it's like a giant jigsaw. So I'm just going to start cutting all this scrounged wood to fit across and basically build up a little fence for myself. If I've got the strength. Hold on, which way am I going? Even with a pilot hole. Hang on, excuse my backside for a second. That's better. I'm so determined to get this done. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, there goes Oreo, looking for a feed. Now, the next layer, see what I mean? So, this is the last of these thick floorboards or joists, whatever they were in a former life. So, the work, I'm hoping, will get a bit lighter and a bit easier as I go upwards. Woo! That's going to fall off as I drill. Put it there for a second. Can you tell what it is yet? I'm kind of wondering if you've all got some winter projects on the go. If so, what are they? Whoa! It's such a great time of year in the garden because let's face it, the veggies are looking after themselves. And we can just play now. Play the fun things. Gonna have me a sundeck. And the thing is, it is going to be higgledy-piggledy. It's going to be a complete patchwork, and kind of uneven, but who cares? It's called character. Hold on, that's not good on my knee. Ow. Right, now to start cutting, measuring and cutting all the next bits. So, for example, that'll be my next layer. Or actually I'll do it there so that it's over the join. And yeah, just keep building them up like that. Is it time for a cup of tea yet? And then basically, I can put my big compost bin back here, and then I've got a chunk of space here to plant, and obviously there's plenty of space for roots to get down, so some climbers, pots and things, a little seating bench. Eventually what I'd like to do is to build a big bench, like a box, with a flappy lid to store all my poles and my bean poles in over winter. But that could be next year's project. For now, that's all the wood I've got, that's as much as I can do, but I'm chuffed. Now I've got to deal with the path on the other side. I need to level it all out, cover it in wood chips. I'll give it a weed first. But not bad for 3 days. How many days have I been down? 3, maybe 4 days, 2 or 3 hours at a time. And that included all the digging out and all the cutting of the turf. Yay! I'm chuffed. Right, let's get that brew on. Yeah. Everything feels cold and slimy. Yuck. But this will soon warm me up. So all this wood I've got now is really full of nails and nastiness. So I'm just trying to kind of cut around them. It's too much effort to get them out. I have to be really careful though, because I need to hammer these down and I don't have my hammer today. Duh. Right. Where's my holes? Where am I going to put my holes for my screws? Thing is, it is a little bit chilly today, but the work will keep me warm. I've got soup to heat up on the stove at lunchtime. Woo! And it's just great to get outside. And let's face it, you know, I want to get these jobs done so that in the summer I can sit back and chill a bit more. only got one power drilly today, so I'll just have to keep swapping out the drill bit with the screwdriver bit. That is what I put in my washing machine the other day. Stupid girl. Hold on a sec, go on reverse, Vivi. I was going to say what projects are you all getting up to, but I know that loads of you are fixing your greenhouses and polytunnels that were destroyed and wrecked by pesky Storm Eleanor. I hope you're getting your fixes done. Opla. Oh. I've got nowhere to put anything, it's all so muddy. It's so wobbly still. Right, this is going to take me a while. Better get on with it. Come back in half an hour. An hour, I think, maybe. Yeah. Just give me a tick. Right. Half an hour later, layer of clothes off. And this is the last little bit. Of all that scrappy saved wood. There were more bits, but they were just chock full of nails, and I'd been here till next Christmas trying to get them out. I definitely feel like it's been winter in so much as I feel weak as a lamb. I feel that, I can really feel that difference of not sort of being down here every other day, working. So not only sort of winter, but the op. It's hard work. I feel so unfit. I'll get back there. Slowly but surely. And you know, as the weather starts to get a bit better, a bit drier hopefully, I can be out here more and more. Build the muscles back up again. Right, go to the last bit. Yay. Hold on, not ladylike. I think it's time for a cup of peppermint tea. I might whack one in the end as well. Right. Now let's go and get a cup of... I'm quite happy with water, but I do feel I need a bit of coziness in the shed with some tea. Right, let's go and get a brew on. Where's that crutch? I've just extended the fence now to the end where the compost bin is, which means I can now bring my other compost bin back to put here. My big Dalek bin. It still needs to go up a bit higher, and then with wires along the top. But actually, just let me get a step back. I've got to watch my step today because we're still really wet. When you consider that was all rubbish I'm pretty darn chuffed with it. So now we've got a nice clearly delineated path behind it, which is what the committee have asked all the plot holders to do. I still need to level this and sort it out. That's not been a priority, but at the moment at least that path now is clear. So everyone's happy. Yay! Always looking on the bright side. Oh yes, it's with my other pet hate, plastic tiles. I hate them. I never use them on my plot, but every time I prep my beds, go. Oh, look at that.
Well, that's a metal one.
If it's metal, I'll keep it.
Okay, so I've gone down fairly deep here.
Go that hole again.
I was just going to say, I've gone down fairly deep here, but...
Did I see? No, I was imagining it.
You just want me to dig that bit again.
Yeah.
You could have just asked.
No, oh look, it's some
string. It's a carpet.
Carpet. This is the other reason not to use carpets on your plots.
But same.
So, most of the bindweed is out. Yay! It's sort of level. Now it's time for some cardboard and some wood chips. Whoa! What do you think of the show so far, Missy?
I do like a bit of bindweed.
We'll be back. Look at that sky. What a great day for it. Wood chips away!
You know, if you have a rake, like a rake.
I don't. I did have one. I lent it to someone and never put it back. Can't let those in. to run along this now, but I can't. Ow, 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 ow. Yes. I'm so pleased that job's done. Yay! Another little job to do today. I've got these vine eyes, which I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 on each post, and run wires up and down the length of the fence for my what do you call it? Grapevine. Grapevine, acacia and loofah to scramble along. Oh, I'm going to measure with, that's irksome. Maybe we'll do it, oh that'll do it. I actually picked these up last, October, November. It's quite a good time to look in garden centres because they start selling stuff off to make way for all the Christmas decks. So I think they should have been about £5 a pack, and they worked out, I can't remember whether they're like £3.50. So I'm just using one of my metal tent pegs halfway through to turn, just to give me a bit more leverage. Give me a big enough lever and I'll move the earth. Oh, who was that? I want to say Archimedes. It wasn't Archimedes got in the bath and said Eureka. You know who I mean. Anyway, it just makes the job a little bit easier. I'm going to get a wriggle on now because much earlier than was forecast, we're getting the first little spits and spots of rain. So I'll just try and get this locked on, and then I might just sort of pop myself in the shed with it. I might actually make a hot cup of tea because it's chilly. Here comes the wind again. Yeah, and just sort of sit it out for half an hour and see if it's going to pass. If it's not going to pass, I'm going to have words with the weatherman. Still, it's good to get all that work done on the top bed, on bed number 1. Because, like I say, that's going to be first in action. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for the summer. I hope all the plants I'm hoping to have along here grow okay, because I just think it's going to be a gorgeous backdrop to the plot and a really, really lovely place to sit out summer afternoon, summer evening, sit here, do my back to watching in June, sit here in May watching the swifts return. Yay! You know what it's like though when you do a project, I'm sure you all have this, where in your mind's eye you see it so clearly, like magazine photograph worthy, and then the reality is, well, sometimes it's not quite as glam, but have that picture and then get out there and try and create it. Why not? Right, next post. This is going to take me a while and it's spitting with rain, so why don't you all go off and have a cup of tea too? I finally got in all my vine eyes with the wires. I don't know if you'll be able to pick them out, but yeah, the whole fence now is strung up so that in the summer, hopefully, all my lovely little parts will be able to scramble away. I still need to find some more wood. I still need to find another 4, I think, layers so that it comes up, the fence comes up to about here. And then for this section, I've actually got an old window that I'm planning to put in here. I've had it for ages and I've been planning to do it for ages, and the reason I want to put a window in this bit is so that from my shed, hello shed in winter, I can look directly through the window and still see the gorgeousness of the veggies growing. Wow, it's really starting to snow now. I don't know how easily any of these are going to come off because, you're right Pops, Some of them are really, really rather rusted in. I can't even get my screwdriver out. Right, Poppy, you're right in the way. Ah, other way. You can't see what I'm doing. Poppy, you're going to knock that. Oh, clever girl. Clever girl. I made the mistake of giving her big, big cuddles as soon as I got here this morning, so I think she thinks I'm just here to cuddle her all day. I should do the work first and then do the cuddles. So I'll save this. I'm just thinking it might be useful when I eventually do build a built-in bench on the deck area for pole storage. It might, it might come in useful. Oh, darn twist. Anyway, yes, so I'll keep that. With the built-in bench on the deck, I don't know when that will happen because I'm definitely not going to be buying wood for that. That's definitely going to be skip stuff. No more spending. And actually, the spends I have done, put it this way, I don't have to do them. You can certainly get on with your garden without spending that kind of money. That's that off. Oh, no chance with the hinges. No. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a light sanding. Not too much. I quite like how done in it looks. Let's just put these to one side so we don't lose the screws. Keep that. Yay! Of course, I've forgotten to bring my sanding block with me today, but never mind. I actually kind of like how knackered it looks. I mean, the thing is, if I wanted to at some point in the future, I could paint it, but look at it, look how crazy the paint's gone. People will pay a ton of money to have that kind of finish on their furniture. Like I say, just the very lightest of sanding to get the worst flakes off. Obviously, if I was doing this for something at home indoors, or, you know, part of the shed, and I wanted it to be weatherproof, I'd be sanding it right back, repriming it, undercoat, sand, another undercoat, sand, top coat, top coat. But it's not for indoors and it doesn't need to be weather tight, so that I think will do. Right, time to get stuck into the fence. So I've got somewhere to put this lovely little window. That's the middle. Oh, I need that. Now, what's the middle of this lovely frame? That's going to sit 62.31. So it should be. Me with my dressmaking tape measure. I need to buy a builder's tape measure, but actually no, I don't need to buy one, because this will do. Oh, halfway on the thing. Cutting. Too much clobber everywhere. So, the idea is put it in like this, and then there's some big screws down to hold it. Right, so I just need to cut 4 lengths up to there. 4 and a bit on the other side. Done. I've got a lot of sawing to do, which is not my forte. Right, let's get on. Seriously need more room. Oh wow. side, in theory, is easier because I'm just cutting wood off. The other side is going to be a bit more fun because I have to add wood. Add wood, add wood, add wood. Oh dearie. Gave me a fright. Guy's just turned up. I'll be back in a minute. Well, that was a nice little interlude. Kai's going to try and get her potatoes in today. I haven't put mine in yet. What I'm planning to do is, after this, is get the trenches dug, because I didn't do them the other day. And hopefully by digging them, let the sunshine get into the bottom of the trench and start to warm them up a bit. Oh, I've never been in such a dither about when to plant my spuds. It's these rumours of snow again over Easter weekend have kind of put me off. Right, last one on the easy side. Oh, no. Floppy wrists. You know, this has been, whoopla, a bit of a labour of love, but hopefully it's going to last me a few years. It's just going to be here and making me happy. So it's definitely worth it. Right, other side. Get your saw out again, girl. Right, well, both sides of the fence are done. So now I'm just creating within this frame another little frame for the window to slot up against, so that I can then screw from the other side to secure it. It's all very Heath Robinson and hodgepodge, and it's all the very last of my scraps from doing the shed fit out. Last few screws. And my screwdriver bit has broken. It was a very old, it was more than third, fourth hand when I got it, so it's done okay. This might be a job for a second pair of hands. Kai is here, as you know, but I'm loath to ask her because she's always so short of time, and bless her, she's trying to get her spuds in today. But now, you see, when that goes in, boom, it sits against the fence with this bit, and then there's more against the fence there. Oh, not fence, against the frame. Dare I try and do it on my own? I think what I'll do is I'll go around the other side and I can drill some pilot holes, get my screws all lined up, and then maybe I can do it one-handed or single-handedly, as in one hand drill, one hand holding the window. Yeah, let's give that a go. Oh, I'm a bit of a nervous Nelly about this. I've marked, I know how far the glazing goes. So the idea is to then make the pilot holes a goodly way away. I don't have much space to work with, and I've got to say, when it comes to glass, I am a bit of a nervous Nelly. So, here goes. You see, I said Kai's name 3 times and she's turned up. Kai, I think this might be perfect timing, gorgeous, because I have a second pair of hands to hold the glazing from the other side. You get your spods in.
I'm still digging the weeds out.
Okay, this might be an exciting moment in a moment. Heath Robinson would give me a merit badge, I'm sure. I've got 6 screws left. 7 screws.
Did you pre-drill the frame? Window frame?
No. Living on the edge. Right. Let's have a bit of line up. To be honest, I think it's so rotten. It may... Yeah. Oh, look at that. It helps if you've got a drill bit, doesn't it?
Oh, so that just dropped out?
No, I just didn't put it in. Oh, you see, life would be boring if I did things perfectly first time. Right then. How do you feel about holding up a pane of glass?
What, so it can drill into my hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, let's hike this up so we can see what we're doing. How very serendipitous that you should be here right now.
Just was excited. The experiment's working. Okay, I did sort of mean pre-drilling something.
Snuggy snug.
Yep, nice one.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see, fingers crossed. You don't know where to pull your hand, do you? My drill bit, one of the things, come off as guide. So that's why
just
it's
do it nice and gently across because the glass.
Yeah, you're quite right. Stupid bit. I think if I get the top 2 on either side,
Yes.
I need to get a new bit, and then I might finish it off once I've got a new bit, rather than be so rattle bang about it all. That's more like it. What is it about glass? It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'm on the side that it was cut out on.
Yeah. Oh, got excited. This is not going in there. That will do, because the end of you're not going to be able to pick it up. It's so, this whole side is sheared off. Shall I give it a go? Get them in a little bit anyway, and then I can just do it by hand if necessary. Are you braced? Braced for a Vivi disaster. Oh, Kai, thank you. There's no way I'd be able to do this with just my one pair of hands. And then I'll put a couple in the bottom, but when I've got some screws. Do you want to have a look? Come on. Yay, there it is in place. Actually, let me come around this side to give you a slightly better look. Oh, wobble, wobble, wobble. Yes, it is proud at the top. It's meant to be. It's meant to be sort of like, obviously not a house, but imagine by the time the look, you're actually, Kai, while you're there, could you clean my window, please? Look, it's filthy. But imagine once all the plants are growing around it, it's going to be great. Now the test is, have I put it in the right place? To test if it's in the right place, I need to go up to the shed. Ta-la-la-la-la, there's something in the air today. And get myself sitting down as if it's a nice summer's afternoon and I'm having a wee breather. So I'm sat here and I look at the garden and look at that. Yes, it's in the right place. I can see my vegetables through my window. Of course, I'll have to make some curtains for it. So, there we have it. It was, at times, a little bit of a labour of love. It did take a bit of time and effort. A lot of the time was because I was sort of trying to use scrounged materials as much as possible. Obviously, I did end up buying these 4 bits of timber here. But here it is, almost a year on from starting out, and it has definitely become a very lovely, relaxing place to sit. It's not looking as gorgeous now as it did in high summer because a lot of the flowers have died off and I've taken pots home. But yes, a happy place, well worth the effort. And of course, behind it, this whole reason for starting it was to get this path in, which we're supposed to have between and behind all our plots. Mine's currently full of bamboo sticks because I need to find somewhere to put them. But yeah, I think it all turned out rather blooming marvellously in the end. So I hope you've enjoyed, I was going to say, this little catch up about how it all happened. It wasn't a little catch up, was it, in the end? It's such a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed remembering back to last winter, just before my op, and then in the spring, the snow and all the general gorgeousness. The main thing is, it's done now, so all my time it can be spent here, relaxing. See you all again soon.